Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. HBK all day. Let's get it, bro. All right, fellas. So, in today's video, I want to talk about something very important, and that is stop treating semen retention like a cult, bro. Stop treating this SR community like a cult, Like, stop being toxic, man. Like, this is very important, bro. This is very important because I am seeing it. I see it, right? These little things that I've noticed along the way when it comes to the online community of, people practicing retention and things like that. And it's something that I wanted to, put my 2 cents in. So basically, why I say like stop treating it like a cult is because, you know, like don't be so focused on like what other people are doing, right? Don't be so focused on like a certain person, or like don't fall down the rabbit hole of just, watching like semen retention videos and just like binge watching female like attraction videos. There's many ways in how it could turn into like a cult mentality, or just, I don't even if you don't want to call it that, it's just a very like toxic mentality, where you're just like, especially like when it comes to like the whole counting days bullshit. Like, if you want to count your own days, bro, like go ahead and do that. But something that I want to like talk about is that, like, when it comes to, counting days and things like that, the way that it can become toxic as a community is that, like, if somebody, right, is like publicly like open about like how long they've been retaining or something like that, and something happens, like a relapse or whatever, I noticed a very toxic response. Like, I noticed very like people think very toxic when it comes to this situation, right? I've seen like many videos on like different people make like relapse videos and things like that, and then the people in the comments be saying like stupid crap, they just be like, "Ugh, I'm offended," or "unsubscribe," and "how could you," or "you let me down." Like, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, guys? Like, that literally has like, bro, like, you don't put I can't even talk right now, bro. Don't be putting people on pedestals, man. Like, don't be putting people on pedestals and be so like caught up into like people's streaks, right? If somebody relapses, like, why are you getting offended? Like, what does that have to do with you? You know? Um, it's crazy, bro. Like, people are basically putting other people on pedestals, and then when, they like relapse or something happens, they get like offended, and then they just turn very toxic afterwards, right? They turn the community like very toxic. And like I said, like, what does that have to do with you, right? Like, nobody knows you like you know yourself, right? So don't get so caught up into other people's lives. Don't get caught up into other people's streaks. That's why I don't even worry about the days. Like, I don't count the days, guys. I literally don't count the days. I just live my life, right? I'm not so, because when it becomes toxic is when people, start like counting days, start comparing days, because, it's something that it doesn't seem toxic, right? You're just kind of like, oh yeah, like, you're just kind of giving out like information, but at the same time, like, subconsciously, you are creating like a toxic environment by doing that, because, somebody could be like retaining for like 30 days, and then somebody over here probably like for 300 days or something like that. It's so, I don't know, man. Like, it's just weird to me, like comparing days and things like that. Like, everybody has their own journey, right? Like, I never, even when I discovered retention, I never felt the need to be sharing like my days and things like that, or comparing, or basically like bullying someone and being like, how long have you been retaining? Answer me. You know what I'm saying? Like basically like pressing them and be like, how long have you been retaining? And then they'd be like telling you, and then be like, you if you're on a higher streak than them, you're just like, yeah, I'm the man. Or if you're at a lower streak than them, you're just like, damn, like I ain't shit, bro. Like basically like using the numbers, comparing somebody over their streak, man. Right? It's kind of silly, man, to be using numbers as like badges of honor. Like, yeah, I've been retaining for 5,000 days. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me if you're not on my level. That's stupid, bro. Like, like we're all humans, man. Like, this is an inner journey, bro. So that's why, like, when it comes to like the SR community, bro, like, don't be counting, like, don't be comparing days, man. Like, just be focusing on yourself. Like I said, man, you could do whatever you want. You could count your own days. You could compare days if you want. But when it gets toxic is when you start like putting other people's streaks like on a pedestal, or just being so wrapped into people's lives, right? Being so like fixated on somebody, um, and not even being worried about yourself, right? Basically like judging other people, and you don't even know them in person. Like, you don't even know like what they've been going through or any of that stuff, guys. So it's very important to like not be so wrapped up into other people's lives, into other people's streaks, into what's going on. It's very important to like um just take things for what they are, man. Like, don't turn things toxic where they don't have to be, right? Like, if somebody like relapses, I don't see them any different, right? Because I see them as trying to better themselves. If somebody like relapses, I'm not gonna be offended, or I'm not gonna be like, turn bitter against them, because that's like a very like cult like mentality. You're just kind of like putting yourself in a box, putting other people like in a box, and saying like, oh, if you're on a low streak, like you ain't shit, or if you're on a high streak, like you're better than me. Like, subconsciously that's how people think, man. It's just like this numbers game, like it's dumb. Like, I really like it's dumb. Like, I've always been like introverted, but at the same time it's like, I just make these videos just to share like what I've learned, like knowledge and things like that. But when it comes to like day counting and like comparing days and all that stuff, is just a waste of energy. Like, I don't want to put my focus on how long I've been retaining. Like, that doesn't matter to me. Like, it's important, but my energy will never go to the days, right? It will go to my goals, right? I could care less how long somebody's been retaining, how long I've been retaining. It doesn't matter, because what matters is what you're doing during that time, what you're doing during your streaks. Somebody could be retaining for like 1,000 days, but they were just like being a bum, right? Just be playing like, not doing anything with that energy. Basically, like kind of like being stagnant with it, because you could be on retention, but you could still be like not putting any work, right? You could just be playing like video games, just getting drunk, just doing all these things that aren't even giving you benefits, but you're still retaining, right? And then there could be somebody that's been retaining for like 30 days, but every single day they've been putting in work, right? They've been harnessing that energy and being in that flow state, taking cold showers, working out, working on their goals, being very productive with it. So now that energy is like flowing more like efficient, and they're seeing more benefits compared to someone that's just retaining and then just like, you know, not letting that energy go in a productive way. Okay? Don't use the days as like an ego booster, right? Don't use it as an ego thing at all, man. Forget about the days. What I do is, I just retain, and I actually want to forget about the days. I actually want to lose track. I don't care about that, man. And there's been times where like I've relapsed before, and that's the only time that I count the days. I go back and look. It's like, all right, let's see how long I retained, and then and then it's just, that's how I find out. But I wouldn't recommend just like waking up every single morning and be like, all right, today I'm on blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting your energy on the wrong things, right? And if somebody in your community, not community, but like online, you see them that like they relapse or whatever, that shouldn't affect you, man. Like, yeah, it'll probably make you feel some type of way. You could support them, be like, it's all right, man, just get back up. But when people get all offended and like toxic, saying like unsubscribe or uh, how could you, and just like being very negative, bro, it's so like childish, bro. It's just like so hilarious to me when people get offended. So that's why I don't even want to like talk about days, because it's pointless. And at the same time, like, I like it because it adds mystery, right? It adds mystery, just like life. Life is a mystery as well, right? Life wouldn't be as exciting if you knew exactly what was going to happen every single day, every single moment. Life is a mystery, and that's what makes it exciting. So that's the same type of energy that you have to have for like your streaks, is just go with the flow, man. Don't forget about days, forget about comparing days. Like, all that is just unnecessary. It's like a distraction, honestly, guys. Like, it's just a distraction. It's just unnecessary stress you're putting onto yourself and onto others. So it's best to just retain and don't use it as like an ego thing, right? Just work on yourself. Don't be like, yeah, I'm on day 1,230, blah blah blah. Like, nobody cares, bro. Like, honestly, like it's, yeah, like, cool, whatever. But honestly, like, it doesn't matter. Like I said, don't be focusing so much on other people. Focus on yourself. Use this journey to better your life, right? You're the only one that's gonna be there for yourself at the end of the day. So what is all that comparing days and putting other people down gonna do for you? It's not gonna do anything, right? So like I said, like, it just adds more mystery to your life, right? And you're just living life. You're not even worried about the days or anything like that, or just being like, all right, like a crackhead, like a SR benefit crackhead, just like, all right, 30 days, haven't experienced any female attraction, and just being so focused on the days and then the timeline of when you're supposed to receive benefits, bro. Just retain and just let it unfold naturally. You know what I'm saying? Just let things unfold naturally. Just be in that flow state energy. Don't turn it into something toxic where you're just like bashing other people and just being so caught up in streaks, bro. Like, that shit's just a distraction, man. It's just a huge distraction you're putting onto yourself, and it's just unnecessary, right? And like I said, if you want to count your own days, go ahead, bro. But like, like, I've never been the type of person to just be like, just comparing it, and then like for what, bro? You're not gonna go around being like, hey guys, I have $1 billion in my bank account, or like saying like, who cares, bro? Like, just, all right, like, you have to move smarter out here, man. You have to move in silence. Real G's move in silence, man. So that's all I gotta say about that. HVK all day. Let's get it, bro.